Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. In today's video, we are talking about solving quadratic equations, but this time we are talking about equations, quadratic equations, that require for you to take the square root. So there's going to be two types of questions that you're going to see. The first one we're going to deal with is the one with x squared. As always, if I make a mistake, please let me know where the mistake occurs so that way I may learn from it, you may learn from it, we all may learn from it. All right, so let's talk about the condition where you have just x squared and things outside of x squared. So nothing inside the bubble. Step number one is you would like to add and subtract first to both sides. Our objective is to get x squared by itself. So what is attached to x squared? Well, we have this minus 1, and then we have this multiplication by 4. Make sure that you deal with the adding and subtracting first. So I'm going to add to both sides this 1. So I'm left over with 4 times x squared equal to 16. Once you have dealt with the addition subtraction, just copy down that, you're going to now divide or multiply whichever you need to do. In this case, we need to divide and continue solving. So 16 divided by 4 is 4. When you have the x squared by itself, that's our objective, you're then going to take the square root of both sides. And the square root looks like this. So everything on each side gets square rooted. The square root is the opposite of a square. Just like addition and subtraction are opposite operations, multiplication and division are opposite operations, taking a square root and squaring something are also opposite operations. So therefore, the square and the square root, they go away. They undo each other. So you are left with just x on that side. Now, whenever you take the square root of something like this when solving equations, again, when solving equations, you are asking yourself, what are two numbers that are identical when you multiply them together, give you that value? For example, 2 and 2 equals 4. Negative 2 times negative 2 is also 4. So when you take the square root of something, you need to have a plus and a minus next to that value. So for example, like this. After you take the square root, example, the square root of 4, we already said was 2. You're going to end up with something that looks like this. But what that means is that there's two values. There's a positive value and there's a negative value for your x. So it is up to you if you want to write it like this, having both of them, or if you want to separate them out and put a comma between them. And it looks like it's asking us to solve the square root, which we already did here, included in our step 3. Now, a secondary type of question that you will see is something that has a bubble inside of it. So yes, we have an x squared, but now it's attached to something here. For example, a minus h or a plus 3. Maybe there's going to be even a letter here. Not a letter, a number. So let's call this b. Maybe you'll even see a letter in front of x being multiplied. You're going to treat it the same way. The first thing is you're going to add and subtract to both sides. So here's our example. Let's copy this down. And just like before, our objective now is to get that squared by itself. So this is our objective. We need to get that x minus 5, that bubble, by itself. So I'm going to subtract 1 to both sides. So I'm left over with 2 times x minus 5 squared. And 9 minus 1 is 8. Now I'm going to bring that down, and it's asking us to multiply, divide. So undo that. I have multiplication. I'm going to divide because division is opposite multiplication. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so that goes away. So I'm left over with x minus 5 squared is equal to 8 divided by 2 is 4. X minus 5, I'm just copying this down, squared is equal to 4. now that x minus 5 squared is alone, we're going to take the square root of both sides. And again, whenever you take the square root of both sides, you have that plus or minus there. So I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So this one is plus or minus the square root of 4. So because this is squared and square root, that goes away. I'm left with x minus 5. And then I'm equal to, square root of 4 is 2, but I still have that plus and minus. So that will create two separate equations. So in our case, we had x minus 5 is equal to the positive version of the square root of 4. And we have x minus 5 equal to the negative version of square root of 4. So we already said that the square root of 4 is 2. So I have x minus 5 is equal to positive 2. And I have x minus 5 is equal to a negative 2. Now here for step number 6, we're going to solve both equations. So x minus 5 is equal to 2, positive. I'm going to add 5 to both sides, 5, 6, 7. So that means x is equal to 7. And then here I have x minus 5 is equal to, my pen is dying. Let's see if we can save it. Is equal to a negative 2. We cannot save it, so we'll just change pens. Now I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Since I have a negative 2 now, I have x is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a positive 3. So a little bit different than the one before. Make sure that when you're taking the square root of something, you remember that you always have a plus and a positive, a positive and a negative of that value. You're going to end up with 2. All right, beautiful people, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!